If your Dyson DC59 does this, then the first thing you need to check is to make sure that the storage area is clean. Then check the HEPA filter. The HEPA filter is up underneath here. This can be washed out in the sink, however it takes 2 days to dry. So I buy an extra one and then wash out one and have one clean and ready to go. The next thing to check is to make sure that there's no restrictions down inside your tube down inside here. Most likely you've got a jam up in the motor right over here. I'll show you how to take that apart and avoid having to replace the item, which is expensive. You will need a Torx bit, a T10 Torx bit, if you can see that. And I'm going to use a couple of coins to start off with here. First thing you want to do is you want to take the roller out. So on the side here, we're simply going to take this roller out by turning this. And if the roller has hair and stuff on it, that's the first thing to clean. So check for hair on the end. Check for hair in this end right in here and clean that. Problem is generally up in this mechanism over here. We're also going to take the bottom plate off right here. Turn this counterclockwise with a penny and you can check for obstructions up in this area. Have a little hair. Now my job is to take out the Torx screws here, 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 and here. Make a note that the two longer screws came from this location and this location. Then you can pull this part up right here. It has a little lockout catch that you have to be careful of when you put it back together again, the position of the ball here. That helps lock the rolling mechanism. Now flip it over and carefully lip off the top piece. There is a little plastic catch right here, and I used a small screwdriver right in here to pop that catch. This can now be removed, and the clear plastic piece can also now be removed. This will get you into the motor assembly. We have to unplug these wires to pull this motor assembly out. Carefully rotate the motor upwards, and then it'll push out this way. There's a rubber insulator that can now come off. You want to get down into this mechanism. There's a small Torx down through the bottom of here. It's a T8. I got this little tool from Osh, or Orchard Supply Hardware, and that's what I'm going to use to remove this Torx right there. Once the screw is loose, it can be removed. This is pressed on, so you have to pull really hard to get this off, but this will come off. You just need to pull that off. You can see there's all that hair. That's the culprit there. They call this the vacuum DC59 animal because you have pets, and yet they don't protect this from the hair and binds that up. So I'm going to clean the hair out and reverse my procedure, and I should be all set. Make sure to dig down deep into this groove right down in here, because hair gets stuck inside there. I'm going to put a small drop of household lubricant right in here. Don't use WD-40, use a lubricant. And then I'm going to dab it up with some paper towel so I don't have excessive. I want it to seep down into the bearing. And you can sometimes spin the motor so that it'll go down inside there a bit better. Now I'm going to reassemble and see if it's fixed. There's a small trick to putting this cover on. When you get ready to snap it in place, you have to take this part and hold it up a little bit and push it in slightly in order to get this to snap down correctly. Don't force it, be gentle, but it needs to go down and completely close like this. If it's sticking up, take it off again and see what's blocking it, and then carefully snap it into place, making sure to get everything lined up properly. Before putting this last cover in, make sure that the ball mechanism is straight up and down, the electrical connections are straight up and down, and then you can see these teeth right inside here. This mechanism allows the roller to roll when it's on the floor. So now we can put this into place and it'll function correctly. See, it locks it this way. Put the roller down and now lets it spin. When you put your roller in, make sure there's no hair down inside here and there's no hair down inside here. Then feel free to put the smallest of drops of penetrating lubricant or household oil right down inside here. If you fill that hole up, make sure to use some paper towel to dab up the excess. You don't need a lot, you just need a tiny drop down inside there. We're almost assembled. Everything else is back together, and now we can put it on and test it. As you can see, problem is solved. The roller no longer binds. If you're at the hardware store picking up a small Torx tool like this, also look to see if they have any dental picks. This is good for pulling the hair out. This was another type of pick I used, and this was a small flat blade screwdriver that sometimes is helpful in this job. Good luck.